And I'm really impressed with how you've brought a lot of that knowledge from the aviation industry into the motor coach industry.
I'm gonna take that customer and I'm gonna make that customer for life.
Today we're here at Millennium Luxury Coaches in Sanford, Florida, where they build some of the most luxury motor coaches in the world. And we're here with Nelson Figueroa, founder of Millennium. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great, Andrew. Thank you. How about you?
Yeah, excellent. And I'm really excited about some of the pre-owned units you have. You've got a single slide X that I'm really fired up about, as well as several other H's in your pre-owned inventory. What all coaches do you sell here at Millennium Luxury Coaches?
So, we try to focus on the Millennium product, of course. We take everything in trade, we take it, all brands. We focus on the Millennium product because we like to back up our product, right? So when I sell you something, I want to put a warranty on it, and if I can't service it, I should not be selling it. So basically, at this point, what I'm going to show you today is all Millennium. They're all going to be certified pre-owned. You'll be surprised. You're going to see a 2010 that is also certified pre-owned. That means it's a bumper-to-bumper warranty.
We talked a little bit about certified pre-owned earlier, and you were telling me that every coach that goes through your certified process gets a brand new set of tires, even if the tires were only a year old?
That's correct. So basically, we're going to treat this as an A, B, C, D check on an airplane. When that coach rolls out of this building, it's all zeroed out. All the services are done. I don't want you to have to think about one thing. It's zero. I want you to think about having fun, enjoying it. You don't have to worry about your tires. You don't have to worry about your batteries, your oils, when's your aqua needing service, anything. You're going to have a full tank of fuel and you're going to be enjoying that coach trouble-free. Also comes with that warranty, that 1 year bumper to bumper. We're going to warranty anything from the drivetrain, suspension, engine.
Yeah, I can imagine there's a lot of hours that goes into getting these coaches dialed in, but being able to roll off the lot with a coach that's been zeroed out really is priceless. And you mentioned aviation. We talked a little bit about your past in some of the previous videos we did, and it is Veterans Day today, so I do have to say thank you for your service.
I appreciate that very much.
And also thank you to all of the veterans out there that have served our country.
Except the Air Force. Just kidding.
Of course, we've got an Army guy here.
Yeah, just kidding, Air Force too.
Yeah, but Nelson does have an incredible story coming from the Army, coming from the aviation industry, and I'm really impressed with how you've brought a lot of that knowledge from the aviation industry into the motor coach industry. And I think when people see your thought process at how you build these coaches, they're going to be really impressed. And we'll also leave, if you didn't see that video last year, we'll leave that in the description below where Nelson tells some of his story. Do you think you could show us a few of your coaches here?
Can't wait.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Now, I know a lot of the new Prevosts are the H models, but I love the X's, especially the non-slides. I see a non-slide X and a single slide X right next to each other. What's the story with these two coaches?
So this is same owner. This is his third coach. That's his trade-in. This is his new one. His trade-in is the one we're going to tour. They're very specific. Of course, he went from a single slide to a non-slide. Very particular on the color, exterior, interior finishes. They come to me because they know that I'm gonna come through. And they're willing, to wait the time. And of course, there's a cost associated with building something that is out of the norm, right? So we're not cookie cutters. We don't have a production line. We have a custom line, and it's like we're building 10 custom homes at the same time. And we have fun because it doesn't get boring. We're not doing the same stamping every single time. And boy, we just don't like to say no. And when we create something like this, Andrew, and the customer comes in and goes, "You nailed it," and that's what I take home, right? Of course, I stop in the bank on the way. The satisfaction is the job well done, and and then I get to do it again.
Well, this 2020 single slide trade-in is a great opportunity for someone. If I was buying a Prevost, I would probably be going for an X personally. Yep. I like that extra headroom. I personally love the stainless sides, and that single color is just a very classy color. And I think you said you'd let this one go for $1,050,000.
$1,050,000 on the X single slide. It's a rear slide out. And again, certified pre-owned, zeroed out, Starlink included, ready to go down the road.
Yeah, and you mentioned all the coaches that go through your certified process get a Starlink as well?
Absolutely, 100%. And that's the way of the future. You know, you have to have Starlink. I'm sorry. There are some people that are saying, no, I don't need it. I'm telling them, you're going to get it anyway. And then 2-3 months later, hey, about that Starlink, and how do I turn it on? Because we're ready.
And I think you said even we've got a 2010 down there. 2010. That's an incredible deal that you even put the Starlink even on a 2010 going through your process?
100%.
And that 2010 you said was $650,000.
$650,000, and again, a certified pre-owned. I know the coach. It's been through our program. It's been upgraded. Our product I believe in, so I don't just speak it. I'm gonna back it up with something. So when I pick up that phone, and you know, certified pre-owned too comes with some benefits. Buying here comes with some benefits. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. But touch a certified Prevost pre-owned at $650,000. That's gonna be hard to beat. Now I gotta show you guys the exterior color. I thought it was black when I originally saw it, but when the sun hits this side of the coach, it's got a very deep blue color.
It's a tri-coat. So it's tri-coat, so it's a candy color. So it's, won't tell you the brand name, but it's a 3-coat. So it starts with the base coat, then the candy on top, and of course clear.
All the good stuff, but let's take a quick look inside here.
Yep, awesome.
Well, this has a really nice feel in it, even without any slides up front here. Having that extra headroom in the X still has plenty of room here.
Part of the way that we built, we are about 1 to 2 inches higher on any coach than anybody else. And once we do the video and talk about our build process, show you what we do in the ceilings and why we are that much higher. But then you add the X factor to it. Of course, you know, you think you're walking into a huge, you know, vaulted ceiling coach.
Well, and with the huge Prevost windows as well, these are touring coaches, so they're built for these windows to have a view for the passengers. So when you build these into a motorhome, you're still getting that advantage, that real spacious feel here.
And again, you know, we have to consider that when we're building. We don't want to encroach in that window. We want to keep those window treatments as tight as possible without losing our design aspect, but also creating that big window feel. So we're going to build right to the edge of that window.
Now this coach, what's the setup? What's the use for this? We've got the sofa up here. Does this turn into sleeping?
That is a sleeping sofa. So it's a jackknife sofa. This was a race car team owner, and he did not like to go out into to the area where the cars were. As an owner, he just sat here and monitored all the racing and all the parameters of the car. It's set up for a workstation. Get a driver, you drive it, you pull in somewhere. It's very comfortable and very plush, so it's very luxurious. So it's got that feel of luxury, definitely, and it feels good, it feels tight.
Yeah, absolutely. So many little touches. Like I can see that wall behind you, you know, there's a fully tiled wall there next to the office space. And then, you know, these wood floors, and these are heated floors, I know.
They are. Cambria countertops that have been thinned down for weight. Now this countertop in cabinetry will have a lifetime warranty, even on a used coach, right? Like if it doesn't break in your home, it should not break in the coach. It's what I treat this motorhome like a home too. When you walk in, you have to feel like you're not walking into a space shuttle. You don't need an engineering degree to run it. You need to walk in, turn the lights on, and just figure out how to start it and where the gas is, right?
Yes, sir. Going back into this coach, we just had a sneak preview of it, but I could not believe how big the bathroom is back here. Do you mind if we take a look back here?
Come on. Yeah. Actually, Andrew, you know the way. Lead the way.
Yeah, I'll lead the way. Real quick, I want to show you guys this backsplash here. It's almost like a wine cork or what?
It is cork. It is cork wood, and it's a backsplash of cork wood. The one behind me is recycled driftwood. Those are finishes that are made that are locally sourced. And they're all designer stuff.
Yeah, and side aisle coach, very rare, but I'm a big fan of this side aisle. Really breaks up that salon and the rear bedroom. But check out the size of this bathroom, guys. I mean, a single slide motorhome. It doesn't even feel like we're in a motorhome in here. I think I'm even hearing an echo. There's so much airspace in here. But you've got this huge shower, almost a concrete feel on the tile in the shower, and then lots of countertop space. We've got a bidet toilet, lots of medicine cabinet space, but still a huge rear bedroom back here. And I got to show you guys the wall panel right here. You guys even, is that like a leather on the...
This is a leather, but you know, we ran it through our upholstery shop for the stitching. So that baseball stitch was done here in-house because we do have our own upholstery shop. And of course, starts with the designers, sourcing the material, going to the upholstery shop, which are, you know, they're also, you know, artists. And they put their input. Contrasting, you know, stitching, color, definitely sets it off.
Absolutely, and you know, every square inch from floor to ceiling, you can see, you know, the kind of crown molding here, fully upholstered. This is a huge rear bedroom back here. Looks like a queen size bed, but with that single slide out, we've got a lot of floor space here, plenty of floor space back here, washer, dryer, walk-in closet, kind of a simple setup.
Very simple, but very spacious too. Now, this room, you don't have to bring this light out. Going down the road, this will act as a known slide. This is when you're parked somewhere and you want to just stay for a few days, get a little bit more walking room around the bed. Definitely bring this light out. You still end up with a huge shower and the huge bathroom. And you know, the front area is where you hang out. So definitely it's one of those coaches that is unique, but it's very useful.
Now, if someone did want to convert this to a king bed, there's a ton of extra space here. You've got closets on both sides of the bed. You got lots of countertop space. There's even cup holders on both sides of the bed. Is that something that you and your team would be able to do?
100%. If you see how we built it, though, we built it with that in mind. And I'm not talking about the fake king-size bed that everybody talks about that they
Kings,
have.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a 76 by 80, the real size king. It's made for. So I can take this cabinet out and basically cut from this end, bring it over on both sides. I get my 76 inches. The 80 is not a problem, and we're done. So it's definitely doable.
Well, and when you do that here at the factory, it's going to be cleaner and more refined than anybody else that could do this in the world. No one's going to take care of your baby like you can.
And you know, and you said it right, my baby.
Yes,
at
sir.
the end, I'm going to sell it to someone, but it's my baby. It's like I just send my kids to the neighbor's house. It's still my baby, and I'm going to take care of it, and I'm going to worry about it just the same, and I'm going to take care of it just the same way.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Do you know roughly, I know you'd have to go through your service department, but cost-wise, roughly what would something like that cost to convert this into a
So if I would, you know, roughly right now, if I'm going to tell you, if you said you wanted a king size bed instead of I'm looking at about $10,000, maybe $12,000.
Wow, very reasonable. I was expecting to hear a much larger number. Now, there's something up front you mentioned that there could be a sofa put in where the desk space is up front there?
Yep, can do a sofa. We can do 2 chairs. We can do 1 chair, workstation, you know, more dining area, dinette booth, you name it. So that area has been planned to do basically whatever we wanted to after the fact.
I can imagine this countertop is extremely expensive, and all of the woodwork your team did, I would hate to tear that out, but roughly cost-wise, if someone wanted to tear this out and maybe put a sofa there, I know there's so many different levels of sofa, but any idea on a range if someone were...
So now, you know, remember, we build everything in-house. So we can build a love seat. We can build a full 72-inch sofa, a larger sofa.
Hold on, I'm going to throw one at you. Can you do a sofa that turns into a bunk in this coach?
You know what? 100%. We can actually do that.
So that's something that we're going to talk about in another video. Nelson just showed us for the first time ever in a Prevost a sofa that literally turns into a bunk, and this is not a cheesy setup. When this comes out, it's industrial grade. I mean, it's like, that's a bed I could sleep on comfortably.
100%.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to show you that one too.
Yeah, well, maybe splice a couple shots of that. That's in a brand new 2026 coach. That coach is spoken for, but if you wanted to purchase this coach and have that done, Nelson's the guy that can make it happen.
We do it all in-house, so then you'll be talking to the guys that actually going to take it apart and put it back together.
Well, this is a coach I'm really excited about. If you want to jump on this one, I would jump on it right away because it's very rare to find an X single slide. And a lot of the folks I talk to out there really appreciate this. So an awesome opportunity, but I think you've got some other really cool coaches to show us.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. Now in 2010, I remember when you started doing the perforated vinyl through the windows, I was washing motorhomes out in Sturgis, and these Millenniums just really stood out. And it's insane to think that this coach is now available certified for $650,000. I remember when it was $2 million brand new, like it was yesterday, not long ago.
So the thing about this coach too is, again, I know it. I know who the first owner was. I know who the second owner was. I know the coach. So it's like one of my kids. I know the things they need, the things they don't need. That's why we can put a certified pre-owned, and again, that comes with a whole plethora of benefits. Once you buy here, certified pre-owned. An interesting fact that you mentioned about those window films. These are the original window films. People ask me, hey, how durable are these window films? Well, these ones are 15 years old and they look brand new, right? I started doing window films literally in 2001. Our first coach had window films, and I thought, well, this is something different and exciting, and we just never stopped. And the coaches really look better when they do have that window film installed. You can see out, hard to see in, but it just completes that paint job.
And a really cool paint job with the different styles. I remember seeing these coaches coming in, just a really classy, timeless paint design with the white and some really cool different patterns that back in 2010, no one was doing the cool patterns like you were doing, and a coach ahead of its time. And you were telling me you've done some pretty extensive stuff in just keeping this coach up to date.
It's less expensive for me to do it now than to let you go, sell it to you, certify it, and let you go with it, and have any kind of issue. So we're going to be preventive. We're going to be ahead of the game. Again, just like an airplane, you fix things before they break. See, if I'm going to put my stamp and I'm going to warranty it, I'm going to go through it and I'm going to make sure that warranty is worth something, not only to the buyer, but something to me. Because, when that phone rings, I react. And not only me, anyone and everybody from the front desk secretary to the service people, we all jump, right? So if we don't have to jump because we did something right at the beginning, then we're going to take care of it. For example, slide out seals. This is a 2010. Slide out seals have a lifespan between 8 and 10 years. Well, I don't know the condition of the slide out seals. I didn't put them in. I don't know if they've, I know that they have not been replaced. This one will get new slide out seals, period. No questions asked. New tires, new batteries. In this case, I redid the plumbing bay. I had a stainless steel tank. That's when I was doing stainless tanks, and I didn't like it. I don't like stainless anymore. So I went back and redid the plumbing bay to today's standards, and that's out of my mind. I don't have to worry about it.
Can we take a quick look at this plumbing bay here? And $650,000. It's not uncommon for a coach of this vintage to have maybe $100,000 in deferred maintenance. So
100%.
To get this much coach with you got brand new tires, brand new slide seals, you and your team going through it. I mean, that's a six-figure value in my opinion.
All the oils. I'm going to analyze the engine. I have a third-party diesel technician that comes in and looks through the engine, checks the codes, analyzes the oil, adjusts the valves. I mean, we go deep. We go through and look underneath, suspension, bushings, A-arms, shocks, brakes, go through. Once we change the tires, if it's equipped with tire sensors, and the tire sensors are 50% life left, I'm going to take them out and put new ones in anyway.
Wow.
And that's bottom line. There's no questions about that.
And no one's going to understand a coach better than the OEM. So even if an aftermarket motorhome dealership is doing a process to it, I don't think anyone's going to go nearly as deep as you do. You're the guy that built it.
And this is, now that you mention it, this is part of our problem. Not our problem, but this is part of our challenges. We have some third-party dealers that sell our product. And unless you're an approved, certified third-party vendor of ours, and we have dealers, we have one dealer, especially in Texas, that we work together, and those guys.
Can I ask who that dealer
is? That is Trawick Luxury Coaches.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and the Motorhomes of Texas, we were working with them as well. And those guys have been trained on what our product looks like and what it does. So part of the problem that we have is the other guys go and, here's the Millennium, have at it, good luck. And most people don't understand what they just bought. And
they may be coming here and bringing it to you with a $100,000 bill.
100%.
If there's deferred maintenance.
100%. And this is my problem. I meet these folks when we are out on the road. and they go, hey, by the way, I have coach 1, 2, 3. Well, congratulations and welcome. Well, I need this, I need this, I need this. And where do you buy it? Well, I bought it here. Well, that's sorry to hear that. And they most times they say, I'm sorry too. Believe it or not, they bring it here. So then we take ownership at that point and try to bring him up to that certified pre-owned level. But it's very difficult and very expensive to do that at that point.
But if someone does buy a Millennium from a private party or another dealership and they do want to bring it back here and pay you to zero it out in your service department, that is something. Now, there's not going to be a warranty with that, but that is something you can do?
We absolutely can. Now, buying it from us in that certified pre-owned, there are some other benefits like priority scheduling. Today, I don't know if you noticed, we had a lot of snowbirds come in,
it's
right?
It's busy, yes, sir.
So those guys, we basically stop, drop, and roll. There's no appointment necessary. You just pull in. Said, I need something, bam, we're gonna take care of it. That is part of that certified pre-owned. You call me on the phone. We're gonna do our on-road call, if we need to. You're gonna be participating in our national service initiative. We have different dealers throughout the country that can help you. So it's more than just new tires and batteries and slide out seals. It's more about how we take care of you. I mean, we're still gonna welcome you if you buy it somewhere else. It's gonna be a little bit more money to get it up to par. That walkthrough is important, so then you understand what you bought, then we go from there.
I'm sure you want to take care of those folks so they'll keep coming back and buying coaches from you. Like the gentleman we just met, I think he said it was his third or fourth coach he's bought from you?
His fourth coach. And
you can really feel that, family feel here amongst the Millennium owners. There's a lot of camaraderie here.
And that's what we're all about. We take it personal. I mean, if it wasn't that way, it is a business. We are for profit, but at the end, I need to go home and be able to put my head down and sleep well.
I respect that. Well, if someone wants to get in the Millennium family at an absolute budget of $650,000, this is an opportunity. Can we take a look inside?
100%.
All right, Nelson, for $650,000, I think we should put the wiring instructions in the video because this is a buy here. What all is going on in this coach?
So there's someone out there that deserves this coach, that wants this coach, that needs this coach. And I'm going to take that customer and I'm going to make that customer for life. So we're going to start them on this 2010 and we're going to service them to keep them for life. And then we're going to show them we're going to work up. And that's what happened with the previous owner and the owner before that. So I don't want to call it an entry-level coach because it's not. Porcelain floors. It's got heated floors. And if you look, that insert, laser cut on the floor. Granite countertops that have been thinned down. Birdside maple veneer imported from Holland with a polyurethane finish, right? Lifetime warranty on that finish to the next owner. Electric shades. It's got a Savant control system. Lutron, Lutron that I have been using forever. Right, it's a super slide. It is a 1-bathroom super slide, tons of storage. It is a great coach. It has 135,000 miles. It's been checked. Engine is going to be part of that warranty, part of that certified pre-owned. We're ready to hit the road. It's got the front end has been updated to the newer front end.
That's a huge expense. That's like $25,000, $30,000.
Yeah, it depends if you're using third-party parts. If you're using like OEM parts, then it's a little bit more, and that's what this one is, and it's painted to match. When you look at this coach and you feel this coach, because it's made with poplar, that Italian poplar, there's no fumes, there's no formaldehyde. There's the smell on this coach is not going to be that of one that is going to burn you. We're still going to treat this coach just like we treat a 2025 that I would sell because we believe in it. Basically, it's the same thing. It's a Detroit engine.
Yeah, so pre-DEF.
100 pre-DEF, which it's got the ton of storage in the back. We're strong on this one because we're ready for a customer.
Well, and when I look back to 2010, that was a tough year for the motorhome industry, and there was not a lot of people writing checks at that $2 million range. So I've got to ask a few questions in regards to the original owner. Now, a lot of the Prevosts that we see are 2010 Prevosts are going to be like an 07 Prevost shell because that was a crazy time for the economy. What year is the Prevost shell on this?
I never go over 2 years. So this one is going to be at least 2008 chassis. So it's going to be a 2008 chassis, 2010, title or conversion, because we give it an MSO, like a birth certificate at that year. Those were trying times. At that time we were selling for, that coach, coach like this would be selling in 2010, 1.6 and a half.
So you weren't quite at 2 million yet.
We were not at 2 million, and those times, definitely trying times. For some reason I was able to see that market slowing, and because I'm the only guy, I control the throttles, so we pulled back and low debt, and we were able to carry some inventory. Plus we have been blessed, that most of our stuff, even though we build show coaches, this particular one was a show coach.
Wow.
Before, either we sell it at the show or right before the show it's sold, and it's something that we just give thanks to God every time, because we don't deserve it, but we get it.
Well, you must have had nerves of steel building a show coach to sell at that $1.6 million range when the economy was in. I mean, there was not a lot of people buying luxury motorhomes.
Not at all, not at all. And I saw the world falling apart around me. 07, 08, 09. But I also saw the people that relied on me. I saw my family, I saw my children going to school. I did not want to panic. So the greatest things that I had that helped me, of course, my faith in God, and a lot of ignorance. I had no idea what I was getting into, but we didn't owe money. And the banks were not calling us, saying, well, you got a floor plan, you got to pay off, and any of that. And plus, of course, we were blessed with the fact that we were able to sell them.
Yeah, and incredible to be able to survive that time. A lot of motorhome companies did not sustain through that era. Now, do you remember who the original, I can imagine how good it felt to get that wire transfer in 2009, 2010 for a show coach that you had to spec build. Do you remember who the original owner was?
I do,
coach?
And I remember well, because I was not expecting to sell it so fast. And I'm not a salesman. I'm not a trained sales professional.
You're an engineer, right?
I'm an engineer, yeah. So if you ask people, they go, well, yeah, he's lying to you. He's the best salesman ever. But it's not. I believe in what I do, and I create relationships. So I went through my Rolodex, believe it or not, back then, and I just picked a couple of names. And first, second one, I talked to the gentleman, and I said, hey, I got this coach that is coming offline, and I think it's your colors, and I think that is what you want. And he said, how much? I told him, and he basically asked me, how much do you want for a deposit? So that shocked me. I was shocked. So I did not know what to say. So I paused, and he goes, are you still with me? He was asking me, are you alive over there? And I'm like, yeah, you sent me 50 grand. And he goes, you want a check or a wire? I'm like, send me a check. It's okay. No, we're good. Then they came back and traded it, and the second owner ended up with it, and then, it went from there. So we just got it back. As a matter of fact, the customer that had it last came in to have it serviced, and when he came in, I sold them a 2018 with a stacker, double stack, a trailer. And I took this coach. I took a 1998 Angola and trade in 2023 Escalade V. Those supercharged Escalades.
Is that the one I saw out front there?
Yeah, the black,
nice.
That one. So I showed up at home, and Lara is like, okay, what do you got? And I said, well, I traded for this. I had to put a deal together. So I kept the bus. 2 buses, a car, and got rid of the 18 with the double stacker.
So now you're driving a Cadillac Escalade?
Yeah, well, it's a trade-in. Yeah, so I
of course.
Yeah.
You don't get to really choose what kind of car, but hey, you could have much worse options, right?
Yeah. I was going to sell it. I had somebody make me an offer, so I went home and I told Lara, I said, Lara, we call it the Beast, right? Because it sounds like a beast. I said, Lara, I'm selling the Escalade. And she said, why? Like, oh, I don't have to sell it. Because I thought, hey, you have too many toys. Let's get rid of something. I've been kind of cleaning the house a little bit, but yeah, so I'm keeping my trade.
Well, that's a cool story. Well, great opportunity for someone, but do you mind if we take a quick walk through this?
Come
Coach?
on.
I've got to compliment the button tough backing here on the sofa. And this is extremely comfortable. We kind of sat down as soon as we walked in here, and
Yep.
I didn't want to get up there. I could have hung out all day.
Here's part of our deal. You know, we don't buy third-party furniture. We build our furniture from day one, from when we started building coaches. So this sofa was built here. So we foam it, leather, the curves we make, the width. We can make it all custom. And this is a jackknife sofa. We add our own motors to the frame, but everything else is made out of that poplar. But we layered the foam in our upholstery shop for the fit and comfort, for sure.
Yeah, very comfortable. And then real nice sized booth back here. And I can even see like the seats on the booth, the way they're bolstered up, you know, very comfortable booth here as well. I think 4 adults could comfortably sit here. And then this bar station behind me, what a cool pattern in the tile there. It looks like a little spot for some wine glasses to hang.
Obviously, this was set for drinks. It's like a little sidebar. We can make this a coffee bar, you know, in any coach. And it's like a little kitchen annex too, you know, part of it. Our curved galley, this countertop will slide out.
Oh, that's cool.
So then you have an extra galley area. So now we're gonna be close to out here, and you know, same countertop, and now you have a little bit better kitchen triangle area. Now when we're traveling, obviously we put that in, and we have more walking space. So that's another thing. When we travel, we want to use the coach, just without having to bring slide outs in and out. You pull into a rest stop, use your stove, use your refrigerator. You don't have to worry about the generator. 4 inverters on this coach, and I started doing that in 2006. So that's part of the deal.
Well, that's one of the huge advantages of the double slide Prevost, and there's not a lot of motorhome companies in the Class A space that are building a double slide. A lot of them are building either triples or quads, but when all those slide rooms come in and you're going down the road, there's a lot of sacrifice in the extra slide rooms. For me, I'd prefer a double slide to have that more livability, because a lot of time in these is spent driving. Now, if you're just going and putting it at a resort for 4 or 5 months and only driving it 2,500 miles a year, you may want those extra slides. But if you're using this motorhome and driving it, I think a double slide is plenty of space, you know, even when you're set up at camp.
Yeah, the 4 slide, you know, and again, when we build, we have to build with that in mind, that we are gonna stop somewhere without the slide outs being deployed. So we have the same mentality on the 4 slide.
We'll have to look at another 4 slide. I think we're going to do an in-depth video on a brand new quad slide. We'll leave that in the description below, but let's take a look through this coach here.
Okay, so very good.
Mid-bath here, and I like that cream color on the inside of the bathroom door, and then yeah, plenty of room inside of your half bathroom, and you know, from floor to ceiling, everything is finished out here. Even this vent cover is like an embossed leather on the ceiling, or what type of a material?
That is called baby ostrich. That's the same material used on finishing aircrafts, you know, that private planes. But it's more about the space that you have in there. Now, 2-tier vanity, and it's got a vessel sink, medicine cabinet, big closets, but you know, the beauty of the 2 slide with the Detroit engine is that you get all those closets in the back. So a ton of storage.
Yeah, and I love the flow, the way the bathroom flows into the bedroom, but it really feels like a large master suite area here. And the shower glass has a curve to it. I can't even imagine how expensive that piece of glass is. It's probably a little more expensive than just a flat piece of glass.
100%. But because we're also in the marine side, right? Everything in the boat's kind of curvy and contour in different ways. We like to embrace that, you know, especially going down the road. You don't want to be banging on corners, right? So yeah, this shower can be used going down the road. It's in front of the slide out.
Yeah, huge advantage. Now that you mentioned that, a lot of the showers are going to be in the back of the coach. So if you're stopping at a rest area and you have your slide rooms in, a lot of times you'd have to climb over to the bed. But this, you can just walk right up. And I got to take a look inside of this shower here. I mean, this is incredible. All of the intricate detail. If you look closely, you've got this tile with like a metal inlay, and then these rosettes. Super cool though, just all the design cues and just so much intricate detail when we look closely, and just really gives it a high-end feel overall. I don't know, is this a king or queen?
This is now we're talking about a RV RV king, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
this is like what everybody calls a king, but it's not. It's in between a queen and a king and a real king. It's gonna be like 70 inches, 70 by 73, instead of 76 by 80.
Okay, and is there a washer and dryer in this coach?
100%. It's right in the hallway, and then of course, start looking back here. You're gonna end up with a ton of storage.
Yeah, nice closets
Yeah.
back here.
And because we believe in drawers, big drawers, big
Very
long-
deep drawer space.
Because now remember, no emissions, so we can use that whole side of the back side of the bus.
Yeah, a lot of storage back here. And we've got some more coaches to show the folks, but real quick, I got to point out this. Not only the headboard is extremely high end, but even the wall behind the headboard, there's so many little details that, the human eye can catch. I don't know how well the camera's catching it, but just a very rich feel back here.
Like anything, camera and pictures don't do it justice unless you're here. The mother of pearl finish, we actually, one of the new coaches that we're doing right now has it in a different color.
Yeah, it's incredible the way your team puts all of these together and how everything blends so well. Now, this coach is an incredible opportunity for someone certified for 650 grand. I doubt this will last long, especially when you compare it to, Class A motorhomes out there. This is a commercial grade Prevost chassis. I mean, the new Prevost shells alone are like $800,000.
They're north of that, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this is just a great opportunity, certified, zeroed out. But I think you've got some more coaches we can look through.
We have a few more, yes, sir.
Now, I heard your team did an entire overhaul on this 2015.
Yeah, absolutely. I blame my wife, my wife Lara, because I just wanted to do a little bit of a refresh, right? And so we started with some countertops, but then countertops turned into floors, and floors turned into hardware, and hardware turned into shower, and shower, of course, you got to do bedding now, and bedding now you got to do doorknobs, and of course the lighting doesn't match anything, so of course new lighting. I said, what the heck, we're into this already, might as well, let's upgrade the electronics. So we put RTI in it. Plus, we were trying to figure out what it would cost us to go from a Savant and or Crestron system to the new technology. And we're big believers in if I'm going to take a 10-year-old Crestron system and upgrade it, it's cheaper, literally sometimes, to just take that stuff out and put something new in that is current, that it works better with the Starlink, it works better with the new apps that come out, works better with iPads, and that's what we've done. We updated to RTI, go back to the engine, go back to the drivetrain, tires, batteries, slide out seals. And then when I sell it now, I feel good. I feel good to put this in somebody's hand and say, here you go, it's a 2015, but when you go down the road, it might as well be brand new.
I can respect that. And, we've talked about you coming from the aviation industry, and it's kind of like an airplane. A lot of those commercial airplanes that are running around are 20, 30 years old. And when you overhaul them, put a new interior, no one can tell the difference that it's not brand new.
Yeah, and it still flies the same, it still functions the same, and it's as safe as it could be, right? So they do have the lifespan. The Prevost chassis is 1 million miles. This coach has 100,000 miles, so 900,000 miles to go.
Well, and a substantial savings from custom ordering or custom building a brand new Millennium coach.
Yep.
Now, we mentioned, one of the new options on the new body style Prevost that just came out with a new body style is the electronic mirrors. And are you able to install electronic mirrors if someone purchases an older Prevost?
Not on the classic chassis, but I can do it on the new Renaissance chassis, on the new, I guess it's called the 9660. I can go to any 9660 and put it on.
What about the X chassis?
X chassis, absolutely. On the newer, anything over 2020 and above, I can do that.
Okay, so no e-mirrors on these, but I've got to ask, but everything else is about like a brand new one?
Yeah, so this coach is going to have the same Lutron system as the new one, 4 inverters as a new one, the battery system as a new one. We are going to look at the RTI system as I do new one. It's got new iPads, new slide out seals. So basically, everything is going to be zeroed out and brand new.
Yeah, and a lot of cost goes into all of that work, but do you mind if we take a look inside?
Yeah, I'd love for you to.
Yeah, and we're not even in the entryway here, but I want to point out this beautiful tile work here. And even on the entry door, you've got that studded, upholstered door, just every square inch is over the top, but I think you guys are gonna really like what they did in the inside. All right, we haven't even come all the way into the coach yet. Check out the inlay on this captain's chair here, just over the top.
That is real stingray hides. They're actually come serialized.
Can't imagine the cost of that.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, and that's actually, like my wife would say, it's irresponsibly absurd, but it's necessary.
Now, is that original or?
That is original.
Wow, I mean, it looks like brand new, and I think those high-end materials really hold up.
Yeah, so leather, you know, if you just start with a high-quality leather, you're not going to be able to destroy it at all. So from here forward, from the floor, through the countertops, cabinet hardware, fixtures, backsplash, balances, lighting, sconce lights, lamps, accessories, pretty much everything else has been touched.
Do you have any pictures of this coach before the remodel?
100%.
We'll have to splice some of those in for a before and after. Now, was this the original upholstery?
No, that one got reupholstered. Used to have a black sofa originally, so then we changed it to a different leather. And then we also changed the bar to a different color. That used to be also black, but we wanted to bring it up to the modern, a little lighter. So Lara, you know, when she came in, she's liking this Lux Gold finishes. So we started with that Lux Gold. In the Lux Gold hardware, of course, matte porcelain floors. That's very attractive against the countertops that are solid surface, thin down, Blanco sink, and then we just lighten everything up. We just went super light on everything from the backsplash to the, actually increased the color temperature of the lighting, made it brighter, a little bit more comfortable. A bath and a half here too.
And what is the cost of this coach with all this work that's been done?
We're done. This coach is out the door, $1,050,000.
Wow, so fully overhauled and remodeled with that certified warranty. And what all is included in that warranty, and how long is that warranty?
So the warranty on this one is going to be 1 year. So basically zeroed out everything. And that's bumper to bumper, includes everything, light bulbs to an engine. So you name it, if there's a problem, we're going to take care of it. But you got to understand, our certified pre-owned program is very in-depth. We go check engine, we adjust valves after 100,000 miles, analyze oils, and just make sure that we're giving our customer what we promised. We're not going to say something that is not. And plus, certified pre-owned means that you have your priority scheduling for service, and you have a dedicated customer care manager, which is your point of contact 24/7. There's a lot of benefits that come with that. Your walkthrough. And this coach, like we were talking about earlier, from Lutron being the same thing that we use on our new ones, the 4 inverters, our battery system, the RTI that we're using now, Starlink, things like that. So this coach is just ready to go down the road just like a brand new one.
Yeah, just over $1 million for a bath and a half Prevost Millennium under warranty. This is an incredible value. And back in 2015, you were really ahead of the times building a bath and a half floor plan. It really didn't catch on in the industry till more recent years.
That's right, and that was a turning point for us. We took that chance, and actually we pushed Prevost, not push, we encouraged with force, to be politically correct, to make that 130-inch slide out push forward so we could have a bath and a half. And obviously they came through, and this is what we got. We ended up with that. A side note, a really cool story about this coach. It's a one-owner coach, and when the shell came in, it was a show coach, and his name is Richard. I call Richard and I say, "Hey Richard, your new coach came in," and he goes, "Nelson, I don't think I ordered a coach from you." And I said, "You didn't, but your new one is here. Send him a picture." And he showed up the next day. He was in Naples. And he goes, "All right, I guess I'll buy it." And he bought it. And he wrote me the check for the whole thing. And my daughter was with me. And, my baby just hanging out with me for the summer. And the guy hands me a check for a lot of money, the total amount. And I said, "Richard, I can't take all this money." He goes, "It's not doing anything in my bank." "Yeah, I think here, you build the coach and call me when it's done." And we walk away, and my daughter says, what was that, Dad?" And I said, "That is somebody trusting your dad with $1.7 million from but that was one of the proudest moments that I've had in front of my daughter, my baby daughter at the time. She still remembered to this day. You know, my daughter Alex, she goes, I mean, with the man just handing another man that kind of check. With no security, I didn't, no paper, just a handshake.
Wow.
And that's how I do business. You know, I'm about to deliver a coach that I've been building for a year and a half, and I don't have a deposit, I don't have a contract, and basically they're, you know, all in a handshake.
You've got stronger nerves than I do.
Well, I believe in people. I believe in old school business, and I believe in people, and I believe if you're going to break that trust, then we don't need to do business.
Yeah, I agree. I like that old school mentality, and a lot of great RVers out there, just a lot of great folks in this community, and you know, really says a lot about you that you're able to still do business like that.
Yep.
Now come back to this, Coach. Bath and a half.
Bath and a half.
Fully overhauled. Now, is this a new tile backsplash?
Absolutely, 100% brand new backsplash, brand new floors, heated floors, right?
What about the refrigerator?
Refrigerator is the original, so I am still thinking about changing that refrigerator. I'm not particular to 3-drawer refrigerator. I have a brand new GE with 2 doors, but I'm waiting to sell it to see if the you know, because if I put a 2-door, the person that buys it is going to want a three door, you know.
So at that $1,050,000 price point, does that include a new refrigerator?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, just because that's the cheapest thing in this bus, you know, and God forbid that you drive out and that's the one thing that breaks, right?
Well, like you were saying earlier, you want them to leave here and have everything buttoned up so you're not taking phone calls in the middle of the night.
100%, and I want to be able to give the customer a little bit of an opportunity to get to pick something.
Absolutely.
You know,
then you get them in for the custom build on the new one.
Exactly. That's it. We are going to service the customer for life.
Yes, sir. So bath and a half, Coach, and I love this lighter colored half bathroom here. Again, you guys did the tile kind of halfway up the wall here. I'm assuming this is all new tile work?
Brand new tile work, all brand new backsplash, brand new lighting, basically brand new hardware, brand new plumbing.
Is the bidet toilet new?
Yes, it is. It is brand new. It's a big pantry, washer and dryer, you know, stack washer and dryer, vented. None of this unvented washer and dryer, you know, they don't work. So this is a real dryer. Big closet space. Arch, you know, walkway. This is where our pocket door is. New lighting, of course, brand new lighting. I ran the floor all the way through the bedroom and into the bathroom, and it's also heated, 2-zone heated floors. Back in the bedroom, of course, a new TV, ceiling fan, and this is a modified queen size, so it's a little bit bigger than a queen, but it's smaller than a king. This is what everybody else calls a king size, but I can't do that because it's not real. It's not a real king size bed.
Yeah, and then all that beautiful new bedding there. It looks like this was not cheap. You guys were not skimping on the bedding.
That's correct. So the new bedding is, you know, again, we pick material and send it out. This is one of the things so we do not do in-house.
And then coming back here into the rear bathroom, I love what you guys did with the mosaic tile work on the floor of the shower, and then beautiful tile work up there, and a lot of room back here. We've got a second bidet toilet, and this is a really cool sink. Is this a new sink here in the rear bathroom?
100%. So back here, you can, just by the feel of it, you can tell it's a large room.
We're two big guys standing in the same room.
Yeah.
A lot of motorhomes, you couldn't pull that off.
A tall guy and a big guy.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we have enough big shower, the same shower construction that we do now. So we did redo the tile work in there to make it lighter. As a matter of fact, this is some of the floor. Once we did that, we went ahead and redid the shower at our house with the same floor. We liked it so much. So back here, you know, some of the things, even on a 15, when you open your closets, you're not back here looking at equipment and gadgets and electronics and stuff. You actually have a closet and a pantry, you know, a closet and medicine cabinet, you know, linen closet, that kind of stuff. It's not, nothing underneath the bed, no surprises, no sump pump. Everything is using gravity to, you know, feed the water to the tanks. The bidet toilets, you know, of course, amazing. You know, if you haven't tried one, I suggest that you do, and then, you know, you'll never go back.
Ever since the toilet paper shortage of 2020, those have been real popular.
They have been. Yeah, they have been.
Yes, sir. Well, this is a great opportunity for someone. It's going to be hard to beat this dollar for dollar. We've seen some awesome opportunities. But you have another coach inside as well that we can take a look at?
We do, yeah.
Now, we found an OG here. I remember the first time I saw this coach when I was washing motorhomes in Sturgis out at Elkhorn Ridge.
Yeah.
I think it was about 2011-ish. And there was no mistake in this bus. And you said it just came in and it's available now?
It is available. It is a one owner coach. They came in and trade-in, after 20 years.
What year is this coach?
This is a 2004.
04 one owner, that is super rare.
They under 100,000 miles, meticulous. It's been kept up amazingly.
And it's got the updated front end and rear end and fenders. That's got to be like that's like at least 50,000
Oh,
bucks
that's
or more.
over north of that with the paint. And then when you start bringing the pattern through that paint and the marbleizing through these fenders, you're looking $90,000 to $100,000 upgrade for sure.
Yeah, and because I know the front and rear caps are like 50 grand just for the front and rear caps, not even the fenders.
And we're using OEM parts, so these are Prevost parts. And when we also did the wheels, so the customer updated to the 365s front and tag. Bigger hubs, so it's got this hub piloted wheels now, and of course it's flawless. The paint is absolutely amazing.
Well, and he just traded in for a late model Millennium that we're going to show in a different video where you guys put his motorcycle in the bay. So he's a Harley guy or a motorcycle guy hanging out in Sturgis for sure.
With the trailer to match. So we painted the trailer on this coach to match back in the day, and now we're repainting it to match the new bus. But obviously he's got a newer trailer, so I literally took the bike out of this bay and put it on the new bus. Of course, we had to do some modifications to the new coach to ramp and things like that. But yeah, we're so excited.
Well, what a cool opportunity for someone. And I can't believe what you said you're willing to sell this for. Now, this is not a certified, it's a 20-year-old coach, but how much money are you willing to sell this for?
We're asking for $325,000.
$325,000 for a Prevost Millennium H double slide that has the big updates to look like a more late model Prevost. If you didn't know the difference, this could be a 2023.
100%. I mean, it's even got the new LED headlights, the upgraded new headlights. So this got better headlights than most new coaches have.
Yeah, now even though it doesn't have that certified warranty, it's still going to go through your in-depth PDI process?
100%. Yeah, it's got Crestron, so we're going to upgrade that firmware, make sure that everything is working. I mean, I'm not going to turn my back on it. It is a beautiful coach. I'm super solid on it. It's 2 trace inverters. It does have Lutron, and it's got Crestron system. So it's one of those coaches that is an amazing deal for somebody.
And we were not planning on showing this coach today. We have a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm like a kid in a candy store getting distracted here, but the slides are in. Do you mind if we take a quick look inside? We got a lot of other stuff to film, but real quick, can we jump inside?
Come on.
Yeah, check this out. It's got that kind of same style Stingray like we saw in earlier coach.
Yep, and that is original leather too.
Wow.
That is 20-year-old leather.
Amazing.
You cannot destroy it.
Now, coming back here through, this is what I love about the double slide coaches is even with the slide rooms in, this is very livable, and this is a super clean coach for 04.
No, it's absolutely incredible. And now, lightweight countertops, granite countertops. Back then, we were importing granite from Italy. So going through lightweight floors, we did wood floors in the front through the pathway. But, again, when we build this double slide outs in, you still can walk around like nothing.
Oh, I could live in this coach easily the way it sits. But coming back here real quick, it is a mid-bath coach here. So we've got our water closet right here, and there's actually Jack and Jill doors. So this is going to go into the huge bathroom, but if you did want to section this coach off, you've got a pocket door right here, and then that bathroom is going to be neutral territory. This is the first time I've seen this floor plan. This is very impressive. If you've got, kids or grandkids sleeping on the couch and they need to use the restroom in the middle of the night, but you don't want them to bother you, great use of space. And then this is just like so luxurious in here. I'm surprised you don't still do this floor plan.
It works on a double slide, and we have been focusing on triples and quads. But when we do a double, this is an option. It does require that we do the smaller slide on the rear position, which is a 90-inch slide towards the back. which we can do. But here, I call this the landing zone. So you get out of the shower, and obviously you're going to be wet, and you need to be dressed, and you need to dry off, right? So for the ladies, closed door, you do have, you know, an area here to get dressed. Plus, all your clothes, and now remember that the slide outs are in.
Yeah.
Right? So you're literally getting ready in the coach, drawers, big closet behind you.
Even with the slide rooms in.
Big closet, and then washer and dryer.
Yeah, really nice layout here. And I've got a compliment to the face of these closet doors. That almost reminds me of like an Armani or some sort of like super high-end material in front of that closet.
But I remember when this is actually gold plated, and so this frame has been like gold encrusted and then faux finish on top.
So you spent some serious money when you were building this couch back in the day.
That's something amazing.
Yeah.
Now the hardware is all handmade, and it's got Sikorsky crystals encrusted. Yeah, so they're super cool.
Yeah, and then nice cozy bedroom back here. Now, even with the slide room in, I can still shimmy around this bed to get to the rear closet. I love that radius on the doorway there.
So that's what we did here. Walk-in closet, big etched glass with a tiger in the back, right? So it's neon backlit, newer TV, so those have been updated, and it just needs to be, you know, upgraded on some of the accessories. And I mean, this coach is ready to go.
Yeah, really cool coach.
I know the owner, you know, and I know how meticulous he is. The only reason he traded after 20 years is because he found the coach that he fell in love with, and that was it. You know, that was the only reason. He was not looking to trade. He was very happy with this coach, and you know, he came across one that we had that was just perfect for him, and
well, when I walked past the coach, because we saw what coach he's trading in for, and if we can just get a shot of the front windows looking into that interior, they had some stuff covered up, but what a beautiful coach with those accent walls, and then that exterior paint job, and then the motorcycle down in the bay. It's got that outdoor kitchen in the bays. That new coach is stunning. Big congratulations to George. I don't think he remembers me washing his coach 15 years ago, but I think I washed this bus at one point.
I'm sure you did. You know, you've been around.
Yes, sir. Well, this is a great opportunity for someone, but I think you have another little more higher dollar, another certified coach we can take a look at.
Yeah, we do.
This is a great looking exterior on this 16 quad slide, almost like a periwinkle gray, or how would you describe this exterior color?
There's multiple shades of blue, and it's a one owner coach from California, garage kept. I mean, amazing coach. Let's go inside.
Awesome. Yeah, so having a quad slide, we've got like a dance floor here. A lot of room in this coach.
Absolutely. And you know, and this coach was custom built. So it's got the two sofas up front. They're both sleeper sofas. But what's cool about this coach too is that this J lounge is not a J lounge, it's a U lounge.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so it's both sides, so it's a little wider. Now you can bring this ottomans up here and then deploy your sofas out. Basically, that table will come out. Now you can sit a bunch of people around this table. This is a place to, you know,
maybe have a card game or a
absolutely,
meal.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah. You know, a little Western, so it's got some embossed leather walls.
And it matches the face on the ottomans here. And then if we look here on the side, it's even a different texture. On the base, it goes back to that more Western themed texture. You know, so many little details in this coach.
And that is, you know, that's what makes it. This is Macquarie wood. This again came out of the aviation industry. Most private jets built between 2010 and 2013, 14 will have this wood in them, a wood flat cut Macquarie. Again, the sidebar to the kitchen, and it's a rear shower. So even though this could have a second bathroom, it's a floor plan for a bath and a half. We chose to increase the closet space in the back. Queen size bed, bigger closet in the back, one toilet.
But we still have a half bathroom here in the middle of the coach.
100%.
I've got to compliment these floors. They're laid at a slight angle. Are these the original floors?
Yep, yeah. And they're porcelain floors they look like wood, but porcelain heated floors throughout.
Yeah, very nice. And I've got to compliment the way your team lines up the grooves here, even into the slide room. You've got that same flooring.
And that is critical for us, right? Because when they're in, they're also lined up.
That gets extra tricky when you have a moving target there.
So we start with that.
Yes, sir.
That's how we start. And of course, the Millennium way, when we start covering our gaps, everything that we do is the same way. And again, this is another certified pre-owned with new electronics, Starlink, and you name it.
Yes, sir. Brand new tires, all that good stuff. But here in the middle of the coach, we do have a half bathroom. I like the style of door too, and just beautiful tile work and lighting here in the half bathroom. And then is there a washer dryer across the way here?
So right here, we're gonna end up with our washer and dryer. You see how that door opens all the way? So we have more room to put our laundry basket on the ground. The dryer's vented, and we end up with a ton of closet, bigger drawers. So we like drawers, and then half hanging, well lit cabinets. Both sides are the same way. A little bit of display. In this coach, we haven't really done anything. This is how it came. The Modify King, again, it's a smaller version of the King. In the bathroom, you just have a sink, shower, but this is what makes this floor plan special, because this is for those who travel with lots of stuff. So we're gonna end up with a lot more storage than if you had a 2-bathroom coach.
And you still have a very large tile shower there, and just beautiful craftsmanship on all that tile work.
So this is going to be a marble shower with the accents. Again, a little rustic back here, beautiful and very spacious. And again, that's the Millennium shower, so it's all fiberglass built. Started with the poplar frame and then fiberglass built from the inside out.
Now, how much does someone need to become the next owner of this? You said this is a one-owner coach?
One-owner coach, yep.
Garage kept.
Garage kept, and this owner is not only an owner they just drove. This owner was so particular, wipes on it like it was his baby. This spotless outside and inside always. Dear friends of ours, when they were picking up their coach, they found me a cat out on the parking lot, so I ended up adopting a cat. I had just lost my cat, and I ended up with my new cat, Cheeto, because of them. So we're very grateful for that. Thank you. And so only need $1,275,000 to own this coach.
Okay, so $1.275 million for a fully certified, and that comes with a 1-year certified warranty?
1 year bumper to bumper.
Wow.
Yep.
And brand new tires, Starlink, fully dialed in?
It's already RTI'd. All the leather has been treated. Everything is going to be in working order. Basically, you're driving down the road with a brand new coach. Security in mind, you buy it here, now you're going to get that customer care manager, priority scheduling for service, 24/7 customer support, all the great things that come with that.
Yeah, an incredible opportunity for someone, and there's so much I learned about Millennium the last time we were here, and we kind of went through these coaches quickly today, but we'll leave that link in the description below to a video we did with Nelson telling his story about how he got into the business, coming out of the aviation industry. A really incredible story worth watching, so we'll definitely leave that in the description below. But if someone wants to monitor your pre-owned inventory, are looking for a specific coach, what's the best steps for them to take?
Definitely sales at mlcy.com is our email, or just go to our website, mlcy.com, or just give us a call here at the shop. You can find us.
Yeah, we'll make sure to leave all of that in the description below. And Nelson, thanks again to all of you and the veterans out there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and a huge thanks to you and your team here at Millennium. We really enjoyed our time here today.
I just want us to say thank you thank you, Andrew, for being here, and to your followers. The last video got a bunch of comments that I really enjoy reading. So you have a great following, and I do appreciate that. And to all the veterans out there, including Air Force, we appreciate you, and thank you for your service.
Absolutely. Thanks for all those comments. Nelson will be reading them, so we appreciate those.
That's right.
Hope you're all having a great day. Thanks.
Thank you.
And I'm really impressed with how you've brought a lot of that knowledge from the aviation industry into the motor coach industry.
I'm gonna take that customer and I'm gonna make that customer for life.